Hi, I'm Jennifer Hollick with Finding the Answers Journey, and this is Sunday, May the 5th, 2019, and I'm recording my Choosing You First, Creating Your Life video today, although it's possible there will be another one this week. If you watched my video on Thursday or Friday, I forget what day I recorded that, it was not in a good space. It had not been a very good week. And I spent the last few days kind of avoiding most of my social media, answering emails only that really needed to be answered. The sun finally came out, stayed out. I went to my son's baseball game yesterday, and we'll be heading off to another one pretty soon because the sun is still shining. I've been sitting with quite a lot of things. And I had asked the universe for somebody to talk to. I knew I needed to talk to somebody, and I didn't know how or who. And then somebody showed up and gave me a few points of view to consider about things that were happening last week, and things with my husband, and things that I just can't seem to pull myself out of and change the energy. And then last night, in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep, I got an email from someone else who really gave me a beautiful, beautiful perspective of who I am and the work I do and what I mean to that person. And that I am so grateful for. And I need to sit with that a little more, because I think when we all go into that energy of everything feels wrong, I don't know how to get out of this, it keeps spiraling, I don't know how to even verbalize what is going on so that I can, I don't know, change it or help somebody else like my husband understand. And so you shove it inside. But then somebody tells you something about yourself and it gives you a new perspective. So I'm going to sit with that today. And then I also got an email from someone in my masterclass. I'm running the Your Family's War Journey, a transformational masterclass, and we are heading into week 3 this week for our live facilitation. We're talking a lot about forgiveness, transformation, war, how it affects our family, and memoir. And I shared my memoir, I Bring Dead Guys Home, with the masterclass, and a few people have read it, and one of the participants told me how she felt about it and how it really struck some chords with her. And I'm so grateful for that too, because it really takes a lot to be vulnerable and share all of those pieces with people. It took me a really long time, 2 years, to write that memoir, and a lot of stuff has happened and a lot of stuff is still happening. And on certain levels, well, you can't really leave this reality, even though maybe that would be an option. You can't really leave the relationships you're in, because again, just like you can't leave this reality, that this is your journey right now. And there are lessons still to be learned and things to still do. And how do you do that without totally losing yourself or just falling apart? So I'm very grateful for those 3 people who showed up in the last few days and gave me a different perspective. And I've done a lot of journaling on this and some other things. And I've reread all the cards and letters my husband has sent me since we met. And I've been thinking about my next trip. And there's a part of me that wants to feel really excited that I'm going. And there's another part of me that's really scared, because it's been the pattern that I go over and I'm all excited and things start out great and then they all go to shit in some form or another. And things seem to be on an upward hill. Things seem to be shifting. He seems to be better. He has a much more positive attitude than I do. And I think at this point, maybe the roles are going to be reversed a little bit, and he's going to have to help me see the positive and the silver linings and move out of this energy. So we'll see how that goes. But I think my invitation to you this week is to sit with the things that are difficult for you to verbalize. All of these things that you're feeling and you feel like you can't get out of. You're on a roller coaster, you're on this spiral and you don't know what to do. Sit with it and just write it out and just brain dump it. Don't censor it, don't edit, just let your pen move across the page or your fingers across the keyboard and just get it out. And maybe don't even look at it for a few days. Just let it sit. And one thing I've had to learn is to not always be in control. And I've gotten better at that the last, 5-6 years. And to not always have to have the answer and to not always have to try and explain. Because sometimes when we try and explain, it just goes pear-shaped and things get worse. And I think sitting with it and knowing that that's okay, that I don't have to go and try and fix whatever or explain whatever right away. I can take the time with it and see what's really what and see what energy is ready to shift, I think is important. And it's been a huge lesson that I keep learning. It's like the layers of an onion keep peeling back and more lessons rise up. So I invite you to look at the layers of your life. I invite you to sit with those things that you can't verbalize that are tearing you up inside. I invite you to take the time that you need to figure those things out and look at the places you can be grateful, look at the positive, look at where you can pivot, change that energy and, go back into feeling better, looking forward to things, and see what that does for you. And I think now that the sun has been out a few days, it is helping shift some other things. And I've been back in the gym. Last week was just a really, really hard week. So now my target this week will be to look for the positive and continue to sit and journal with some of these things and see what else can transform and shift. And I do feel like I'm on the edge of a cliff. Like it's a massive change is coming. And maybe that's a little bit scary too, because you never know. Is it going to be really great or is it going to be worse than what's been happening? And I don't think I could take any more worse than what's been happening. So hopefully this is a good change. And I think I need to just find the courage to just jump off the cliff and see where it takes me, because I'm aware that's the next step. So am I brave enough? Are you brave enough? Can we do this? Let me know your thoughts. You can join us on Facebook in the Finding the Answers Journey Facebook page. You can also find us on YouTube. You can also find us at findingtheanswersjourney.com. Finding your answers seems to be what wants to come out of my mouth today. But I guess you're all finding your own answers. And connect. Let's, please share if you'd like. And if you're not comfortable sharing publicly, send me a message, send me an email. A lot of people connect with me that way because this is very personal stuff we look at, all of these things that are shifting. And it does require often a more safe space, not a public space. So feel free to reach out. And I'd like to hear how you're changing your energy and creating your life. And I'm going to get ready for a ball game pretty soon, and we'll see how the day goes. Have a great week. Bye.